Hey guys, Joey here, and today I've got a Black Ops gameplay, but this one's not my gameplay, it's from JamieM17, and he's playing Demolition on Jungle, and I believe he's using the G11. I didn't check which attachments, if any, he's using, so yeah, I guess you'll probably find out from this video anyway. So, I've only watched this video once, and that was when I was capturing it, so I wasn't really looking at it all the time, so this is kind of the first time I've watched this as well, properly. And you'll notice the first thing he does is rush straight to the B bomb site, and he immediately starts picking up enemies which are trying to plant at B at the start of the game, and you'll notice the rest of his team has gone to A, so his team is already organised for the first round of this Demolition game, which I noticed very quickly. And he's using the G11 basically he's building up his kill streaks whilst defending the B bomb site as well. And that's basically one of the reasons why I think Demolition is one of the best game types in the game, basically. You can ultimately defend your bomb site really effectively and get a huge number of kills as well. So a lot of people complain about, especially in Domination, there's a lot of people who just play Domination to get a lot of kills, don't really care about the objective, whereas in Demolition it's possible to get lots of kills and also play the objective at the same time whilst defending the bomb site. So it's quite a good game type in that sense, and what Jamie's doing here, he's got the kill streak setup of Blackbird, chopper gun and gunship, I believe. And basically what he's doing is he's getting those kill streak rewards by defending the bomb site, getting a lot of kills in the process to get those kill streaks. Basically what that's doing is that's stopping the enemy planting, and he's building up his kill streaks at the same time. Then you'll notice when he does call his kill streaks in, he's then got the enemy spawn trapped, which makes it even harder for the enemy team to plant the bomb. So it's actually quite a good tactic for Demolition, is to actually have quite high kill streak rewards, defend the bomb site which is closest to your spawn, build up your kill streak, and then call your kill streak in to basically pin the enemy to their spawn. I found that's quite an effective tactic. Something which I've noticed as well recently is a lot of people say that mortar strike is the worst kill streak in the game, and I can understand that the mortar strike is probably the weakest and it looks pathetic on the map, and it doesn't usually get you many kills, but it does actually build towards your next kill streak reward, which I believe is the only kill streak reward which actually does that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like before the start of when you got the loading screen before you start playing a game, when it gives you a quick tip underneath the loading bar, I think it says mortar strikes count towards your kill streak rewards. Now you're probably thinking, well, it doesn't really matter if it counts towards your kill streak rewards because it doesn't really get you many kills anyway. But you can actually be really careful about where you place mortar strikes. A lot of people get into the habit of calling their kill streaks in and placing them randomly on the map. And what I think is a good idea is to actually take a bit longer, open your kill streak reward up, look on the map and predict where they're going to spawn, and think more carefully about where you're going to place the kill streak reward, basically, because especially with mortar strike you can get more kills if you're a lot more careful about where you place it. And I've often, in the last couple of weeks when I've been using mortar strike a lot more, I've basically got 1 or 2 kills at least from each mortar strike which I've used, which is actually really unusual. Most of the time I end up with before I started thinking about where I was putting it, I was not getting any kills from mortar strike. And a lot of people say the same thing, that they never get you any kills. But basically, if you can get a couple of kills with mortar strikes, they can help you get your higher kill streak rewards. because I mean a lot of people can struggle to, if you've got Blackbird, Chopper Gunner and Gunship, a lot of people can struggle to achieve all of those killstreak rewards because there's such high killstreaks. But if you use Mortar Team, it's possible to access the slightly higher killstreak rewards, you know, by building up your killstreaks. So quite a good setup I found is Mortar Team, Blackbird and Chopper Gunner. And if you can get 2 kills with your Mortar Team, that will give you your Blackbird, and then you can use the Blackbird to allow you to easily get your Chopper Gunner. So you can easily get quite a few kills that way, and people generally don't use it because they think that the Mortar Team is such an awful kill streak reward. But it's worth knowing these things so that you can just use them when you need them, basically. But in this particular game, I think the setup Jamie's using here is probably the best option. And this is quite a good map actually for the Gunship by the looks of it. You'll notice here he's getting huge numbers of kills, and he's spawn trapping the enemy, as I said. So he's built up his kill streaks, now he's got his kill streaks, and he's spawn trapping the enemy to make it really impossible for them to plant the bomb, basically. So in the future, I'm hoping that we'll have, you know, a bit more content from other people on this channel as well, not just the people who are running it. So anyone who has any Black Ops or Halo gameplays, or actually whatever game where there's a theatre, just let one of us know, because we're more than happy to upload other people's videos as well. Especially if you ask me or Danny, because we've probably done less videos than Jared and Rickard since this channel was first created, basically. So if you've got any gameplays which you think would be worth seeing, worth other people seeing, then just let us know and we'll be more than happy to do a commentary over it. So Jungle is a bit of a hated map in this game, and I'm not entirely sure why, to be honest. I think especially for Demolition, this map really works for Demolition, and that's because the bomb sites seem to be placed in really well thought out places, basically. In other maps such as Crisis, I believe, when you're when you're on the attacking team, i.e. you need to plant the bomb, I can't remember which bomb site it is, it might be A, is really close to the spawn of the team that needs to plant the bomb, so you can often have the bomb planted. You can rush to the bomb site and have the bomb planted in about 30 seconds, which I think is a bit ridiculous, because that's already part of the way to winning that round in 30 seconds, basically, because it's very easy to defend that A site once it's planted as well. So you can plant it within 30 seconds, and it's very difficult for the enemy to defuse it, given that it's so close to your spawn. So some maps don't really work particularly well for Demolition, but I think this one works as good as any, really. And a lot of people don't like it. The only thing I would say about it is you have to be really careful going around corners, because people generally do blend in to the map very well, so it can be very easy to miss people. I guess that's the same for a lot of maps, it's just that this one people are particularly camouflaged, and you just need to be careful, basically. It's quite a well balanced map, it's not linear at all, so the spawns are a bit less predictable, which is always a good thing. Some maps, you know, some linear maps, don't get me wrong, are, you know, work really well. I think it was Crossfire in COD 4. That was a good map. The only thing about that, obviously, was that you knew exactly where they were going to spawn. You knew that if you were on one end of the map, they would always spawn at the other end. So from that sense, it was a bit predictable, especially if you're playing 1v1 or whatever. So Jungle, in that respect, is actually quite a good map. And another quick tip I was going to say, you'll notice, well, Jamie's using the G11 here, and that's not a gun which I often use. and that's basically because I often get into a routine of using, 5 classes that I think, work for me, that have worked for me as soon as I've started using them. Now, that generally does work quite well, but I think it is good to cycle your classes around every now and then. So maybe every couple of weeks, change all your classes to different guns, see how they work. You can always change them back if they don't work out for you, but I think it's good to use a variety of different guns, because I think my classes at the moment are, generally use the AUG, the M60, the L96, AK-74U and the AK-47 as well. And whilst those guns are generally very effective, I hadn't even explored like using the Commando and the G11 before. I hadn't even tried using them because I was so used to the guns which I'd already set up. Now that I've got the Commando set up, it's actually probably the best class which I have. So that's another good thing to do basically in this game. That's just to keep changing your classes around. I often find that when I start using a new gun, even if the gun's not actually that good, you end up doing quite well right at the start, just because it's something different. You're generally a lot more cautious with guns that you haven't used before. So anyway, that's pretty much the end of the gameplay. You'll notice that Jamie has a lot more kill streaks to use, which he doesn't end up using, but that's it for now. If you could give me a like and a comment and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. So bye.